there is one movie and one movie only coming out in wide release this week.
There's a reason for that.
Because it's huge.
Huge.
And I'm told I'm going.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Because the things that I've read say that this movie, The Hunger Games, will appeal to a mass audience.
Okay.
Unlike the vampire Twilight werewolf fetus eating movie, which just attracts preteen girls.
And our office staff.
For some wild reason. But yes, Hunger Games opens. Well, it's already open. It's open.
Open at midnight.
Opened at midnight. Now, atop the ashes of what was the United States stands the nation of Panem, P-A-N-E-M, Panem.
Anybody in the office know?
Well, they read the book, and they're not going to get the phonetic spelling.
Yeah, but they might not. They might know, though. What?
Perineum? No, that's not it.
That's disgusting.
I know.
Pan Am.
P-A-N-E-M. We'll just leave it at that.
Let me look it up on the iPad,
Okay, look it up on the iPad, too,
I bet I
from
can find
Current
out.
Office Solutions, and see if there's a pronunciation guide that goes along with that.
P-A-N-E-M?
Yes, but it's...
I don't remember. I've read it.
Okay. But anyway...
Fruitless.
Atop the ashes of what was the United States stands this nation nobody can pronounce. And within this nation nobody can pronounce are 12 districts ruled with an iron fist by the capital. That's with an A-L, not an O-L. To remind the districts that rebellion is futile.
Yes.
So it's almost like the Borg. Because, with the Borg, resistance is futile.
That's right.
Every year, the capital chooses 24 teenaged tributes to battle one another in a televised fight to the death.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Katniss Everdeen, who is the main character in the story, played by Jennifer Lawrence, a coal miner's daughter.
What?
That's what it says.
She was born a coal miner's daughter.
I know. On a hill overlooking Butcher's Holler.
Yeah. In a cabin on a hill.
In a cabin, that's rather. Along with a skilled hunter, and she's also a skilled hunter.
Oh.
And Peeta Mellark, who's Josh Hutcherson, a strong-willed and able-bodied son of a baker man. Not to be confused with the...
Son of a preacher man?
Right.
This is hilarious to me. We're going to get...
Yeah, let's take a couple of songs from the 60s and make a movie about it. Are this year's reluctant tributes from District 12. In order to have any chance of survival, Katniss and Peeta must learn to play the dangerous games or be hunted down by well-trained career tributes and murdered on national television.
Okay.
So, here's what we know so far. Midnight showings, it's brought in $19.7 million. That's the 7th best midnight total ever and puts the movie well on its way toward a blockbuster opening weekend. Now, the top 6 midnight draws come from 2 other teen-based franchises, 3 each from...
What?
Okay. Thanks for paying attention.
I'm trying to look up you wanted me to.
The top 6 midnight draws. Okay, movies that open at midnight. Yeah. Top 6. 3 from one preteen movie, 3 from the other preteen movie.
Harry Potter.
And?
Preteen movie?
Yeah, Vampires and Fetuses.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't really consider that because all of my young adult friends like it, too.
Oh, okay. Last year's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, which was the end of the end of the end, leads the list with $43.5 million from midnight shows.
Wow. Panem is the popular guess online.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to go to the movies.
Nah. Well, I might see this. It looks interesting to me.
So now, with it bringing in $19.7 million overnight, the question is, will it set a record this weekend? John Fithian, president of the National Association of Theater Owners, said Thursday that he expects the picture to open to somewhere between 115 and 120 million bucks. That would make it the biggest March opening ever, surpassing Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Which opened to more than 116 million in 2010.
Didn't we have another Hunger Games review?
Yes, we do. That's coming up in a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It would also put it in the company of just 19 movies that have opened to more than 100 million.
Okay.
Alice is the 10th biggest opening ever. Shrek the Third is number 9. Opened $121.6 million in 2007. So there you have it, 9 and 10, big, but both of them not that good. Shrek the Third was not good at all.
Well, they just went downhill.
Yeah, I know. And Alice, yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was different.
It was, but it was. Yeah. So, and it's opening on like 4,000 theaters, 4,000 screens. So, it's going to be a lot. So, we have a review, which I'll try to make it quick, but it's like a page and a half.
I have one too. And mine is also 300 pages.
Okay. Ryan went to see it at the midnight premiere. Went to the midnight premiere of The Hunger Games and was blown away at how awesome it was.
Blown away.
And this is a guy, okay? So it's
dude.
It's so definitely not a chick flick. Been waiting for months and months for this to come out. Definitely lives up to my expectations. With all the books made into movies, there's going to be some changes. And there were some in Hunger Games as well. It says here that a couple of the storylines in the film felt a bit rushed. If you have not already read the books, it takes more time to develop that plot.
Oh, okay.
It says here that the violence in the movie is pretty tame compared to the violence in the book. During the opening cornucopia scene, I was expecting more sound and graphic images of blood and guts. But the director rather went with a silent approach and used a lot of quick-moving scenes to describe the action.
Okay.
Seeing more of the actual game makers in the control center was pretty cool, and they dished out some wicked tricks in the arena.
Wicked tricks.
Wicked tricks. Stanley Tucci plays Caesar Flickerman, and he nailed it. What a riot, it says here. Elizabeth Banks as Effie was hilarious in her scenes. When I heard that Woody Harrelson had been cast as Haymitch, I did not think he could pull it off, but he did, and very well. From what I understand, Haymitch is like a drunk.
That's not a stretch then, is it?
No. Okay. A guy that actually won the Hunger Games back when he was a kid. I think that's what I was told. In addition to many of the top-billed actors, I think Ryan's from Hollywood, because as he says, in addition to many of the top-billed actors like Jen, Liam, Josh, Donald, Woody, Wes, and Liz, there are many unknown performers in this as well that make a definite impact. During the end of the film, one of the main tributes' death is done rather quickly and not drawn out over a day like in the book. So that was a bit disappointing. Because, you hate when people die quickly. You just like to see them linger.
You want it to be dragged out.
There are some pretty nice and big explosions and several scary jump scenes.
Nice.
One, he says, which made the whole theater jump. Cool. All in all, he says it stayed very close to the book, despite several overly loud people in the theater whispering to each other, "That's not how it goes."
Oh.
People, as Julie and I like to say, it's just a movie.
Do you want mine?
If it doesn't follow the book, wait till you get out into the lobby afterwards and say, "That's not how it went." Yes.
Yes. Oh, Aimee.
Oh, Aimee went to see it as well?
Saw it. So much better than Twilight, really excellent, strays from the book, but the visual effects are excellent as well as costumes and makeup.
Everything's better than Twilight.
She said if you hated Twilight, this movie is for you. Great action scenes, emotional love story, heartbreak, and violence.
And no fetuses.
But she said, like
Ryan said?
For those worried about violence, there's only one really bad scene, but it's not too gory or scary because of the way they filmed it in fast, choppy cuts, so it is quick and gets beyond the blood pretty fast.
Cool.
So much detail, this one is worth seeing more than once to catch some of the stuff you might have missed.
Okie dokie. So
I think a lot of them will go see it more than once.
Yes. That may be one of those where if you go on opening night, you may miss some stuff because it's going to be a gazillion people. So it may be best to go see it again or maybe to wait a few days and go like Monday or Tuesday. But if you just can't handle it, I do know that here in Hillsdale.
Sorry, Joyful Noise was reviewed and I just missed it. I didn't review this before. Anyway.
I do know that here in Hillsdale, it's playing on 2 screens.
Yes.
So you got plenty of ample opportunity.
Right.
I've not heard of any sellouts locally. So, but you can always call them in advance and say, hey, do you still have tickets available?